Hello and welcome to another episode of the Investor Financing Podcast, and I'm your host, Beau Eckstein, and today we're going to talk about build-to-rent. Build-to-rent and build-to-rent financing. What is build-to-rent? What's this new emerging trend that's happening and really has been booming for the last 3-4 years? So build-to-rent, why is it booming? Why is there such a demand for it? For the investor standpoint, there's less investors that are looking at this as an asset class right now. So it's kind of a booming trend. The nice thing is there's financing geared for these build-to-rent, from a construction to a permanent standpoint for financing.
Welcome to the Investor Financing Podcast, where we interview real estate investors and lenders so you can learn all the secrets to getting your projects funded and scale your portfolio.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Investor Financing Podcast, and I'm your host, Beau Eckstein, and today we're going to talk about build-to-rent. What is build-to-rent? What's this new emerging trend that's happening and really has been booming for the last 3-4 years? Well, now investors are looking at this new asset class. Well, it's not really new, but it's an emerging asset class, I would say, because builders are now building new product, new single-family homes, but not to sell to a end buyer, but to sell this mini subdivision of 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 houses to an investor or a sponsorship group that's going to take these properties and run them almost like a multifamily property. They're going to keep them as a rental property. And the cool thing about it is there's many new loan products out there that are similar to like a multifamily loan, but geared for these single family homes. So you can do these large portfolio loans for these build to rent product.
You're listening to the Investor Financing Podcast. We'll be right back after this break.
And now a word from our sponsors. Want to save money on your taxes? Cost segregation is a strategic tax planning concept that saves money by deferring federal and state taxes through accelerated depreciation. Get a free benefit analysis today. Please visit costseghub.com for more information on cost segregation and all of our cost recovery services that can put more cash flow in your pocket.
So build to rent, why is it booming? Why is there such a demand for it? Well, people want their space, right? People want to live in their own home that they can have some space, can barbecue in the backyard, but they don't have to deal with the maintenance of the property. They don't have to deal with mowing the lawn. It's basically renting an apartment, but you're renting a single family home. Some of them are designed more like cottages. You have your own yard, and it's all the advantages of home ownership without having to own the property. And that's why there's a huge demand for this as renters are, fleeing these multifamily properties to find a better fit for them. Now with COVID from work from home, this is even a bigger trend where you're seeing people saying, okay, well, now I'm able to work from home. I need a little bit more space. I want the comfort of a home as opposed to a small apartment. And the other advantage too is that these are like newer housing stock. So people want new and nice. And instead of renting an older, house that's been a rental property for 30 years and it's been, touched up over 30 years, but it's still dated and not as clean and tidy and the appliances are old, people are willing to pay a premium for these rental properties. And so you're seeing a demand and a growth pattern of builders and investors going into this asset type. So one, there's a huge need for entry-level housing across the nation. New homes attract premium renters. There's a movement of work from home, which is here to stay. Even with COVID, there's an emergence of this. Newer homes have fewer maintenance costs. And also for the investor standpoint, there's less investors that are looking at this as an asset class right now. So it's kind of a booming trend. The nice thing is there's financing geared for these build to rent, from a construction to a permanent standpoint for financing. That's all I had to say for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, but you should be looking at build to rent if you're an investor. It's an emerging asset class, and there's going to be more and more of this type of product being built. and you should put it on your radar to look for. And if you have any questions on financing these build-to-rent properties, let me know. I'm happy to help you. And please like, subscribe, and share this YouTube video or podcast with your colleagues. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to the Investor Financing Podcast. For show notes and useful resources, please visit investorfinancingpodcast.com. For questions or comments, email info@investorfinancingpodcast.com. If you enjoy our show, please share it with your network. Until next time.